Hello. I'm Mr. Ed.
A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Mr. Ed. Go right to the source and ask the horse. He'll give you the answer that you endorse. He's always on a steady course. Talk to Mr. Ed.
Hey, Ed, listen to this. Henry Tyler, well-known local building contractor, to erect 8-story apartment house on Wilshire Boulevard.
Well,
I wonder if he's hired an architect.
want me to take your secretary to lunch and find out?
Henry Tyler. That's the fella Roger's always talking about. They went to college together. Boy, what a contact.
Anybody who knows Roger Addison can't be all good. Addison doing Wilbur a favor? This I gotta see.
Well, certainly, Wilbur. I'll be happy to call up Henry Tyler and recommend you for the job.
Oh, I'd appreciate it, Rog. Gee, an 8-story building. Well, if I got the job, I wouldn't know how to thank you.
All I'd want is a handshake.
Thank you, Roger.
And any little token of appreciation you might have in your hand at the time. I'm only kidding. All I'd want in return from you is just a little favor.
How little?
Well, I've entered a national photographic contest, and I'd like to take a picture of your horse.
Ed?
That's right.
It's very flattering, but you've always said that Ed's funny looking.
Look what won last year.
That is funny.
Not as funny as your horse wearing a suit with 2 pair of pants.
Ed with pants, that would be a riot.
What? Think of it, Wilbur. With a shot like that, I couldn't miss.
Yeah, that would be funny. Ed dressed like a man. We could call it the clothes horse.
Not a bad idea.
Why don't we dress him up formal? You know, top hat, white tie. He's got the tails.
Wonderful. We'll get the girls to whip up a costume.
You know, it seems like only yesterday Ed was a little colt, and here we are discussing his first pair of long pants.
2 pair.
2.
Nobody's gonna make me look like a fool. Wearing pants. I'm a horse, not a lamb chop.
Ed, this door's stuck. Would you open it up, please?
Sorry, I'm out to lunch.
Stop kidding around. I got something important to tell you.
Mail me a letter.
Ed, are you going to open this door, or do I have to knock it down?
Are you making me wear clothes?
Oh. So that's it, huh?
Nobody's putting clothes on this horse. Make him wear clothes. Next, he'll be putting laces in my shoes. A garter belt to keep my saddle up.
No.
I was born a nudist, and I'll die a nudist. Uh-oh.
Ed, I think you're being ridiculous.
You want to put clothes on me, and I'm ridiculous?
It's only for the photograph, and it's in fun. Have you lost your sense of humor?
No, and I'm not losing my dignity either.
Dignity?
A horse is the noblest animal, and we don't like to be ridiculed.
Look, Roger is doing his best to help me land this big Tyler contract, and you're going to pose for that photograph.
Oh, if I wanted people to stare and laugh at me, I'd join the zoo.
You couldn't get into a zoo. A horse is not a wild animal.
Well, you put pants on me, and you're gonna have the wildest animal you ever saw.
You get back in your stall. Go on.
No.
Get back in there.
Oh.
Kay, do you think we have enough material?
Don't ask me. I never made a suit for a horse before.
It should make a hilarious picture.
Hold it, Ed.
What's the matter, Wilbur?
It's this stubborn horse. Now, come on, Ed, cut that out. Come on, Ed.
What's the matter, honey?
Oh, he's just nervous. Like that time when he got his first haircut, remember?
You should feel honored. How many horses get their clothes tailor-made?
Yeah, I've been buying mine off the rack.
Here, honey, let's start measuring him.
All right. Well, we'll begin with his legs, huh? And you cut that out. Come on. Outside seam is 36.
Outside seam, 36.
Waist coming up. There, huh? 49. I think he's holding his breath.
What?
54.
You know, if anyone saw this, they'd be measuring us for a straitjacket.
Okay, honey, what's next?
Next. Well, it's tail. Tail. Uh-huh. Now, will he be wearing the tail inside or outside? We'll just shove one end of it in his trouser pocket and let it dangle out like a keychain.
I think he'd look funnier if we just let his tail hang out.
Yes, that would be more ridiculous.
Girls, look, I know we're after a funny picture, but let's not overdo it. Now, I want narrow lapels, a single-breasted jacket, no padding. Ed has nice shoulders. And I want no pleats on the trousers. Let's finish the measuring, huh?
Well, kids, how are we coming with the outfit?
If we make the suit that Wilbur wants, Mr. Ed could be presented in court.
Roger.
Huh?
How'd you make out with your friend Tyler? You talked to him?
I phoned him at his hotel, and he invited me to have lunch with him tomorrow at the pool. But don't worry, I'll give you a big build-up.
That's swell. Now, look, don't exaggerate. I mean, he must be a very shrewd man.
Very well, I'll tell him the truth. You're ambitious, you need the job, you're hardworking. You're not the best architect in the world, but certainly you're not the worst.
Do me a favor.
Huh.
Exaggerate.
Hey, kids, how soon do you think you can have the outfit ready?
Roger.
Huh.
Don't rush him. I want Ed to look nice. Well, he's got a nice build, and we should take advantage of it.
And he's going to build an 8-story building.
Ed, all set. Now, where do you think you're going?
Anywhere. Even to the zoo if they'll take me.
Here we go again.
Why not? You're making an exhibition out of me.
Stop dramatizing, Ed.
I think a man should wear the pants in his family, not his horse.
Ed, will you try to understand? Roger is doing me a favor. I stand to make a lot of money.
Is money everything? When my friends see that picture, I'll be the laughing livestock of the country.
I wouldn't want that, Ed.
And another thing, Mom taught us kids to be proud we were horses.
She did, huh?
Eddie, she'd say, hold your head up high. Let your mane fly in the breeze. Don't lower your tail for anyone.
She sounds like a grand old lady.
Her name was Mary.
Grand old name.
She raised 5 of us kids, all by herself.
All by herself.
Yeah, Dad got it at San Juan Hill.
Gee.
The bullet was meant for Teddy.
Ed, your father was a hero.
Dad would have wanted it that way.
Must be very proud of your family, Ed.
Now you know why I don't want to embarrass them.
I'm going to tell Roger to get another horse.
Oh, bless you, Wilbur. Bless you, boy. If he ever finds out Dad's alive, I'm dead.
What do you mean your horse can't pose for my picture?
As I said, Rog, it's a matter of dignity. How would your mother like it if somebody threw a saddle on your back and took your picture?
My mother would probably order a dozen prints. I still can't understand what you're trying to say.
Simply that I don't want Ed to look ridiculous.
He was born that way. Wilbur, I'm disappointed in you. Here I go out of my way to arrange an appointment for you with Henry Tyler, and this is how you repay me.
Rog, I don't want Ed to be humiliated. He comes from a very proud and sensitive family.
Good night, Wilbur.
Why don't you rent a horse for the picture? I'll pay for it.
Good night, Wilbur.
When you talk to Mr. Tyler, will you still mention my name? Good night, Wilbur.
Good night.
Wilbur, I don't understand you. How can you let the biggest opportunity you've had in years pass you by because of that horse?
Carol, try to put yourself in Ed's place.
I wish I could. I'd be better off. Honey, why are you so concerned about Ed? He's your horse, not your son.
A mere accident of birth. I don't need anybody to introduce me to Henry Tyler. I can get to meet him myself.
How?
Easy. He has lunch by the pool every day, so I just drop by there tomorrow. I introduce myself. I make a good impression. It'll be easy.
Wilbur, do you think your precious horse can spare you tomorrow?
You know, I'm glad I'm not Ed's father, because then he wouldn't have a very understanding mother.
Oh, thank you, my dear. There you are.
Miss, could you please tell me where Mr. Tyler is?
Why, yes, sir. He's right over there.
Thank you. It's a lovely day.
It was.
Say, aren't you Henry Tyler, the builder?
That's right.
I saw your picture in the paper. My name is Wilbur Post. Yep. Oh, sorry. Here's a towel. Yeah. Thought it was a towel. I'm in the building game myself. You know, you've got a great reputation, Mr. Tyler. As a matter of fact, some of these new buildings you've put up make this place look sick.
I built it.
built to last 100 years. I'm working on a little project right here. I'll spread it out for you. Ah! Oh, sorry. Here, we get it off. Yeah, sure looks like a towel, doesn't it? I'll move you around the sun and dry you off.
Please don't bother.
No bother at all?
No. I was reading a contract. Where is it?
Oh, here it is under here. I'll get it for you. Sit still. Oh, just a minute.
Ah!
There. Don't worry about the contracts, Mr. Tyler. I found them.
Wilbur, you know I'm not the kind of wife who says, I told you so.
I appreciate that, honey. How was I to know things wouldn't work out the way I planned?
Because I told you so. Oh, honey, if you'd only let Roger take that picture of Mr. Ed, he would have introduced you to Mr. Tyler, and none of this would have happened.
Carol, will you try to understand? I just couldn't let Roger make Ed look ridiculous.
You're the one that's ridiculous.
I don't know whether you know this or not, but Ed comes from a very distinguished family. I just couldn't see desecrating the son of a war hero.
War hero?
Ed lost his father at the Battle of San Juan Hill.
How can that be? That battle was in 1898. Ed's father wasn't even born then.
Have you finished Ed's outfit?
Just about.
Well, finish it. And get Roger on the phone. We are taking that picture of Ed.
Oh, wonderful, honey. What made you change your mind?
No horse is going to make a monkey out of me.
Doesn't he look precious?
Oh, he's a riot.
Hey, Wilbur, can you get him to move around a little? Huh?
All right, Rod, you've got enough shots.
Do you think we could get a shot of Ed smoking a cigar?
I'm sorry, Rog. Ed doesn't smoke.
Oh, come on, honey. It's all in fun.
Tilt his hat more, Wilbur. It'll make him look even more ridiculous.
Yeah.
You've already shot over a dozen pictures.
That's right, Wilbur, and thank you very much. Now, Kay, will you hold the camera while I unscrew the tripod, huh?
Oh, Roger, don't forget to send us some prints.
He looks even more hysterical than a chimpanzee.
With a shot like this, I'm a cinch to win first prize.
Oh, of course. You can't miss, Roger.
You should have seen the one that won last year. This is 1,000 times funnier. This clown is wonderful.
Well, Ed, wasn't so bad, was it? Well, look at it this way, Ed. Roger's gonna square things with Tyler, and I'll be able to get that contract, you see, and then the money will come rolling in, and I'll be able to buy you a lot of nice things. Here, I'll take these clothes off you, Ed.
Don't touch me.
Hey, Joe, what's a horse doing here?
What horse? Must have wandered over from the riding stable. Come on, beat it, boy. Beat it. Shoo! Get beating it!
Wet paint. Why not? It's worth a try.
Where did this zebra come from?
That ain't no zebra. He's too big for a zebra.
He's got stripes. He ain't no kangaroo.
I ain't never seen a zebra that big.
They have zebras in South America grow as big as a horse. A very rare species.
Yeah? What do they call them?
Big zebras.
Technical name, huh?
Yeah.
He must have jumped the fence, all right. Better get him inside.
Ed, I brought you some nice fresh carrots.
Dear Wilbur, if I'm going to be made fun of, I may as well be in the zoo. You can visit me on Sundays and throw peanuts. Your ex-horse, Ed.
Gotta find him.
All right, boys. Now, the zebra. Come along. Now, the zebra is a member of the equine family of the horse. It is distinguished from the horse by stripes on its body, tail, and legs.
Do all zebras have stripes on their tails?
That's right, Tommy.
How come that one doesn't have any? How come?
We don't talk with a full mouth, Tom.
Now, how come?
I didn't say all species, Tommy. You weren't listening. Now, another thing about the zebra is that it's more intelligent than the horse. That's not nice, Tommy.
I didn't do it. It was that big zebra.
Scouts never fib, Tommy. All right, boys. Come on, we're going to visit our friend, the kangaroo.
Don't let him fool you, kid. Horses are smarter than zebras.
You talk, zebra?
Sure.
Why don't you have stripes in your tail?
Aw. Beat it, kid. Want to get me thrown out of here.
Tommy, what are you doing? Now, you were told to stay with the group. Now, come on.
Horses are smarter than zebras.
What makes you so sure?
That zebra told me.
One more fib today, and I'll untie all your knots. Now, come on.
That zebra talked. He talked.
These children, what an imagination they have at that age.
Ed. Ed, I know that's you behind those stripes. Look, Ed, I don't blame you for running away from home. If people made fun of me, I'd do the same thing. Look, Ed, if you let me take you home, I promise you I won't let anybody humiliate you again.
Promise?
You'll never have to wear clothes again, Ed.
Honest?
From now on, the only thing I'm putting on your back is me. Hi, Ed. Any phone calls?
Just one, boss. Mr. Tyler.
Oh, what do you have to say?
He wants to have lunch with you to discuss your sketches.
Oh, did he say where?
Yeah, he said any place but the pool.
Yeah.
Wilbur, look at what won that photography contest.
Let's see.
Next year, I'm coming in here with a lady's hat and a handbag.
You do, and you'll have to wear it yourself.
A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Mr. Ed. Go right to the source and ask the horse. He'll give you the answer that you endorse. He's always on a steady course. Talk to Mr. Ed. People yakety-yak a streak and waste your time a day. But Mr. Ed will never speak unless he has something to say. A horse is a horse, of course, and this one will talk till his voice is hoarse. You never heard of a talking horse? Well, listen to this. I am Mr. Ed.
This has been a Filmways presentation.